way to get back home. Once there was a way to get back home. Sleep, pretty darling, do not cry, and I will sing a lullaby. What? Hey, since Earl got in first today again, yeah, as it should be. Jeffson, Sokamakak, Nadahide, Ass Butt, TKD, Jamie, Beastie, Niall, HD, Dr. Rorick, Marco, Gamut. I hate my life. Please end me. Jesus Christ, that's that's a happy screen name. And I see we had a doctor in here. That's good. With the virus going around, so it's good to have a doctor on board. Marco in town. Potion, Kitty Jester, Ria. Hi, Jamie. Lix is back in. Wolverine's back. Let's see. Dylan's in. Slight chance. Generic Human. Robert E. Robert E.O. Speedwagon. I like that. R.E.O. Speedwagon. I get it. And, of course, anytime now we speak of Speedwagon, isn't it terrible? I am someone who grew up, obviously, in the 60s and 70s. And if you say Speedwagon to me now, the legendary REO Speedwagon is not what comes to mind first. it's that alternate legend, that true legend, Speedwagon from JoJo. That is the first thing to come to mind. Lix says, my cat is harassing me for a burger. Could be worse, Lix. You've seen the size of the giant dog? She harasses me all the time for food, and I'm a little bit scared. Speedwagon, yeah, all right. I'm still writing about do my best to be active sexually. Jamie. Speedowagon. I try to say, I would guess Milica, like it's spelled. The corona shit is fucking me up now. I can't fuck the horny milfs that are a mile and a half away and need hot sex. Yeah, I know that's not right. That's a demographic, those who are not going to be able to screw the horny milfs, that is being largely overlooked in all this, and it's a true tragedy. I do think this though, guys. I don't know how many of you watched the Trump's update today. And as much as you guys know that I plan on voting for Trump, I'm more than willing to call him out on his failings as well. I'm not a fan of his. I just vote for him because, again, I align with his policies. I do think they've shifted into gear and they're doing a good job with all this. I do share Trump's optimism for this chloroquine. I just think mixed with the other, and I forgot, wasn't it a zinc-based drug that they were using overseas? I think that's going to, I think it's going to be good stuff. I saw when they called out the reporter. I don't have a problem with that. You guys know my background, my education is in journalism, and I'm appalled by how so many mainstream organizations have just abandoned journalistic integrity. So I don't really give a shit. I have no sympathy for him when he calls them out. What's the best anime to watch during the whole coronavirus? All of them. There's so many I want to rewatch. I just don't have enough time in my day. I wish I could get my wife interested in anime. TPing someone's house is the biggest flex right now. Yeah, you're right. Hate my life, please end me. Yeah, because that's, holy shit. That'd be like, TPing it with gold braided ribbon now. FDA hasn't approved it yet. It's very dangerous when used inappropriately. Okay, now, before we go start spreading incorrect information again, wears thongs, it's not very dangerous when used appropriately. It's like any other drug. It has side effects. Long-term use of it has shown on a small percentage of people to create ocular issues. There have been no real side effects reported other than itchy skin used in the short term. That doesn't mean it's going to work. Just like Dr. Fauci said, that doesn't mean it's going to work. And like he said, he's a man of science. He wants to see studies first. That's completely understandable. What I'm saying is I agree with Trump on the optimism given the limited tests that have been done. But It's very dangerous when used inappropriately is not helpful at all either, because that's incorrect. Did you see new Johnny Ethko video? No, I didn't know he had a new video. No, oh, good old Johnny Ethko. God damn, those are some of the best things ever. The FDA said it's dangerous when used inappropriately. Listen to them. Well, you do that where as long as you go listen to them and you do whatever you want. But you're not going to spread misinformation around here. Every drug, the FDA said that every drug, Tylenol, is dangerous when used inappropriately. No fucking shit. Everybody knows that. But as far as using this in this, what we're talking about within the framework of dealing with the coronavirus and distributed as it has been by medical professionals in dosage, it is not wildly dangerous. In any level, it's a drug that's been used for 70 years. We know what the side effects are. Every drug is dangerous if it's used inappropriately. No kidding. Let's see. Johnny Bravo is the best anime. Oh, see, I hate my life. Please end me. I still do that. Now I read Johnny Bravo, and immediately, I maybe because it's my childhood, I went to Johnny Quest. And I was going to have to ban you. But no, Johnny Bravo wasn't bad. It wasn't one of my favorites, but I like Johnny Bravo. But for some reason, as soon as I read it, it's like Johnny Quest, and it's like, oh no, we can't ban anyway. Don't feel bad. Hate my life. We can't ban you. I could have just hidden you. You're not optimistic about a tsunami? And again, I could be wrong. It may not. It may not turn out to be all that effective. I just have some optimism about it just from what I've been reading up on it. And I know China, France, one other nation have experimented with it and had really good quality results. It seems like, the tests are showing that it works much better when combined. I can't remember what the name of the other medication was. But when it's used in conjunction with another medication, then it is on its own. But I do think I think if at the worst case scenario, I think it's got a real good chance of at least putting a big dent into the fatality rate. Johnny Quest is greater than JoJo, Lex? Lex, stop. John Cena versus Helen Keller. You can't see me match. Sean. What was that? Where did that come up, you guys? You guys have been with me for a while. Where did the whole Helen Keller versus Hitler in a street fight thing come up? Was that in a video or was that in a live stream? I can't remember. I just remember that was like a major M comes in and says, "What about drugs?" That was like a major go round here. Didn't quite reach the level of what should be the color designation for the $50 Sky, the $50 donation, but it got pretty heated. I can't remember if that was in a video or it was a live stream, Jamie. I couldn't remember, but yeah, that. Although it didn't really get that heated. It seemed like Helen Keller won by a substantial amount, didn't she? It was pretty much, yeah. I shouldn't say that. It wasn't anywhere near what we had over the the $50 Sky. So I overstated that. It was pretty clear cut that Helen was going to beat his ass. M says, all right, I have to drive. Goodbye, Fat Man. If you're still streaming when I'm done, I'll be back. Okay, M. Yeah, yeah, by all means, if when you're done driving, check us out if you're still here. Come hang with us. Hate my life. I'm glad I didn't mistake that for Johnny Quest, because I would have hated to have banned you. If human trafficking and drug abuse is illegal, then lock me up. You guys are funny. Brian says, had a funny dream that I was at Disney and saw you passing me on some kind of waterlog ride. We high-fived each other as we passed. That would be awesome, Brian. Without luck, it was probably like something high speed and we broke each other's arm, but it's cool. It still would have been fun. It's funny you say that, Brian. I've had a number of people Well, probably just because it's international and so is the channel, maybe. I don't know. But I've had a number of people, probably the highest concentration of people recognizing us from the channel has been at Disney World. Disney World or malls. It seems like malls a lot of times too. People will come up to us. But what also happens in Disney World a lot is people will contact me and, in the comments, in the chat, or in private messages saying, oh, I saw you. And it seems like it happens always at Disney. I saw you there, but you were with your family. I didn't want to bother you. Listen, if any of you guys see me out anywhere, by all means, I like talking to people about, this is our community, and it's great fun for me to get to meet you guys. So, don't do that. Come right over and say hello. I mean, I don't care where I am. If I'm in, if I'm in a whorehouse, if I'm in, I was gonna say if I'm in the titty bookstore, but really, who goes to the porn shops anymore when you got it all right here in front of you, literally in front of me on the internet? But wherever it is, don't feel like that. Just come up and say hi. Brother Joffrey says, is this stream gluten-free because I can't have gluten? I don't know. I don't know, Brother Joffrey. I'd be scared. As fat as I am, I got to be loaded with gluten, don't I? I hope I don't make you sick. Well, I hope I don't make any more sick than I make everybody else. Let's see. Morgan says, if I ever end up in New York and I see you, you best believe I'm saying hi. You better, Morgan. You better. And that's the thing. Like I say, any place you guys see me out, because I get that quite a bit. I saw you, and I respect that, and I appreciate that people are like, I think it happens a lot at Disney because people are like, well, you're with your family. That doesn't matter. You're not bothering me. That's the issue. I like seeing gang from the channel. I get to see all you guys by screen names. It's a blast to see you in real life. If you have gluten, then you must be tasty. Well, Jamie, you know what I have to say is, at that point, my only response can be, well, you need to taste me. Would you rather have Alucard's power or Saris's? Oh, Alucard's power, Saris's. I don't mean for me personally. I want to play with Saris's titties. So I want them more than anything else. But as far as powers, I like Alucard's. Hey, Sammy. Yes, you can get a shout out, Sammy Feist. Sammy Feist? Feist, is that? Cheyenne would like to know she's been exiled, but says, oh, she's been exiled? I just saw Shy on, posting something on Twitter. Well, she's not exiled from here, right? Because if she got exiled from here, that had to be a mistake on somebody. Can you, Luke, can you find that out for me? If she's exiled from the channel here, I'll go in, if Susan will let me get into that page today, and I will unexile her immediately. There's no way that Cheyenne was supposed to be exiled from here. Let's see. I like this. Screen name is Generic Who-Man, and asks the most generic question you could possibly ask. What's your fifth favorite animal? Probably anteaters. Brian says, ever get down to the Poconos? Yeah, once in a while. I'm going back next month considering things get better, right? Yeah, we do. As a matter of fact, it's funny you say that, Brian. The first thing in our family, in our crew here, that got canceled was an event in the Poconos. My wife was going, and this would have been back in February? Yeah, my wife was going to, what the hell was it? Oh, her cousin has kids that are big into gymnastics and all sorts. They're just really good athletes. And there was some big event going on at the Poconos. I don't remember all the details of it. I paid for the hotel. That's why it stuck with me, because it hurt my wallet. And they were going down there for that, but then got canceled. I'm going to mispronounce this, pal. Druve? I'll go with that. It's the weirdest community on YouTube, and I'm proud of it. Me too. Me too, absolutely. How was it watching WWE and AEW with no crowd? I've only seen bits and pieces, Sean. it was, they're making the best of a bad situation. It was, it made me think of a lot of the, a lot of independent shows I had been on over the years where there wasn't a crowd, but it wasn't on purpose. Same end result, different reason for being that way. Jamie, I love you. I hope I do meet you. If we survive coronavirus, I will totally taste you. Adam E says things have gotten so bad in my city that I actually cringe a little bit seeing large gatherings and TV shows and movies. Yeah, it is funny how it gets inside your head, isn't it, Adam? Hold on, I want to check with Lude too. See if I don't know if he responded to me. Maybe he's asking. No, no, exile from Georgetown. They have to leave their dorm soon. Oh, you scared me, Lude. I thought. Yeah, that's what happened with Spaz Kid. I thought you meant Shy had somehow gotten exiled from here, and I was like, nah, that ain't fucking right. That ain't gonna stick. Oh yeah, I did see her. She said something just the other day on Twitter that she was one of the few still left. She was going to be, I guess it's a radio show or something maybe she was doing down there, and there was going to be an episode of it, and she was one of the few that are left. Gluten, that thing attention seekers are allergic to her. I don't know much about the gluten allergies, Tsunami. To be honest with you, it does seem weird that it's just become a thing like recently. I never remember that ever being the case years ago. I don't know. Money on My Mind says I'm sitting on a throne of toilet paper and sanitizer. Money on My Mind. You have achieved the coronavirus version of extreme wealth. you are the 1%. Haroon Popal says, "Yo, my birthday is on April Fool's Day. Oh, my wife's is the day after. Should I prank my family saying I have coronavirus or say I love K-pop?" uh, to be perfectly honest with you, I think loving K-pop would be far more distasteful than having coronavirus. Yeah, Braxton is home, Ragaf. He was going to be home this week anyway because of spring break, but initially he was supposed to go back even after they had canceled in-person classes because he's an RA. So he was supposed to have to go back for RA duties, but now they're trying to shut the campus down altogether. He's not going back at all. Brian says local bands see wrestlers adjusting to empty venues and laugh. Right, Brian, I'm with you. It's funny for me too, having had a career in stand up and professional wrestling. It's like ain't nothing new to be playing to an empty house. Let's see. Hey, share some TP. I actually need more. Yeah, sucks for people. I just got lucky. Oh, I think I told you guys. I just got lucky because I happened to be driving by our local Dollar General the other day, and the delivery truck was literally pulled up to the doors, to the loading dock when I got there. So I went in, and sure enough, they were taking some off. So we've got some for a while now anyway. Ivan says, toilet paper is a dying species. Please donate to save them. Lifer says, "Oh yeah, you assholes tried to get me on Shay's hit list." Who did, Lifer? I didn't see that. I didn't see that whole thing. Morgan Ecker says K-pop stands are deadlier than coronavirus. Yeah, if I had to live with coronavirus or K-pop stand, yeah, that's not even close. That's easy. Jamie says I'm probably naive, but why is K-pop so bad? Well, just for me, Jamie, I think K-pop is silly, but I don't think it's bad in, like I've said before, in any sense, any differently than bad music has been throughout history. Every generation has their silly musical genre, and that's what I think K-pop is. I don't have a problem with it. I don't like it, but I don't have a problem with it. What we have a problem with are the K-pop stans, the idiots like on social media, on Twitter, who go in and hijack hashtags, even if it's over someone's death or something, so they can post their shitty fucking fan cams and all that stuff. They are, and I don't say this lightly, but have a far more obnoxious faction about them than does even anime fans. They're pretty disgusting. Wolverine says Saitama has cancer. He is Caillou. Never. Arthur says, who cares about TP? Ever heard of leaves before? As long as you don't mix it up with poison ivy. Because that would be an itchy ass. I actually know somebody who did do that, though. But again, going back when I was a kid and living out in the country, it was going to happen. One of the hunters did it. Not, I mean, they were out hunting deer, not, working with Gone and Killua. Angel says, if there are any fans of Supernatural in the chat, I would just like to remind you all that Chuck told us this was going to happen years ago. He said toilet paper would be like gold one day. Really? I've never watched it, Angel. I've seen some back when we used to be able to do the reaction video live streams. I'd seen a few clips of it, and it actually looked pretty good, but I've never watched it in any length at all. Ree says, if you had the ability to meet Saris, but you wouldn't be able to eat your favorite food ever again, would you do it? It would depend on the extensiveness of the meeting. If I'm going to get her to touch her boobies, yes, fuck it. I will not. I don't give a shit what food it is. If it's just I'm gonna meet her and she's just gonna rip my throat out immediately. I don't even mind if she rips my throat out, but it's gonna be immediately. Then no, I'm gonna keep eating what I want. It all depends on the quality of the interaction that I get with her. Idi Amin says, dear Uncle Curtis, the project to create the living Nico Robin is advancing smoothly. Even with the virus, we have currently refined the prototype model with your preferred cup size. Hopefully done soon. Yeah. Of all the people in the world, I never thought it was going to be Idi Amin Dada that would make all my dreams come true. But here we are. Saw TV. Saw TV says, I like ass. Indeed. Nothing not to like about it. Let's see. Ma says, Shy was on some official Georgetown stream yesterday, and me and Lude were, being ourselves in chat. So shit. Shy will probably end us. Oh, so is that what happened? Well, that must be what I saw then, Maz, because that's what I was talking about. I had seen on Twitter, and obviously my memory, I couldn't remember what exactly it was, but I saw that she was going to be doing something, some sort of broadcasting, and that she was one of the few left there. Oh yeah, so you guys are probably in deep shit. In other words, yeah. Yeah, I get that. She's looking for you, boys. And it was Dark Slifer's fault, Lick says. Supernatural is great if you need a new show to binge. 15th and final season is now on 1 to 14 is on Netflix. A lot of people told me it's really good, Brian. I just, as you guys know, it's lack of time. Because to be perfectly honest with you guys, if I had time, even not binging, just to watch a series and get involved in a series, I'd be rewatching some anime. I really have come to learn why so many of you guys tell me that, your favorite series you've seen 5, 6, 7, 8, even more times. Because I really want to rewatch Overlord. I want to rewatch Hunter x Hunter. I want to rewatch Konosuba, and I just don't have the time. That would definitely be, if I could ever make that much extra time, that's definitely where I'd be going. Yeah, that's bullshit. I'm with you, Tsunami. I went to pick up some baby wipes for my son, and they're fucking out. People without kids are buying them up. Yeah, that pisses me right off too. And of course we use them too because my daughter is disabled. Obviously, she wears an adult diaper. We have to clean up after her. We go through the same things, and it's just people are just garbage because there's no reason to snag up all the baby wipes on people. You shouldn't be flushing those fucking things anyway if that's what you're using them for, as toilet paper. And if you're using them to clean up because you can't get Clorox wipes, there are better things you can mix up and make to clean than is effectively using baby wipes as a cleaning agent. People are just dumb and wildly, wildly selfish. Michael says, a Sammy Feist wants you to say hi to their mom, Shelly. Okay, hi, Shelly. Milag says, I just killed a couch with my bare hands and a child-sized claw hammer, and now it's Now it's 7 black bags come at me, bro. Me like, what the fuck's going on, dude? um, let's see. Supernatural actually has an anime angel? Really? I didn't know that. I do, again, as I said, I know a lot of people, or a lot of our crew between here and over at the Goosh are Supernatural fans because it gets talked about all the time. Oh, that sucks, Jamie. I have no clue where I can get TP right now. Um, yeah, it's just been a case of hit and miss. Most of the people I know that are getting it around here are just lucking into going into one of the stores as a truck comes in, just like I did the other day. Oh, and I'm sure it's crazy out there right now because you guys know I'm in New York, and the governor just put the big screws down starting Sunday. Only essential workers are going to be out there, and it'll just create. And all he's done is create another panic. Everybody's going to be out there panic buying shit when because again they only read headlines and they don't realize all the markets are staying open, drugstores, banks, all that are staying open. There's no requirements on you to stay home if you need to go out and go shopping. They're allowing, obviously, for all that, but people are idiots, they're morons, and they'll be out there buying up everything again. So there will definitely be no toilet paper left. Let's see. First, all the Lysol runs out, Hadu says. Then the alcohol. Now just using Clorox and water in a spray bottle to disinfect. And that's, like you say, Hadu, that's much superior to using baby wipes. They aren't good disinfectants for surfaces. Let's see. May's husband is my husbando. Or May's Hughes is my husbando. Good old May's. Our Walmart here in Colorado, Brian says, is just starting to get shelves restocked, but still no TP. Jesus Christ. Money on my mind says, would you rather take a right hook from Mike Tyson or go out looking for toilet paper? Oh, punch me, without a doubt. Yeah. I've been punched plenty of times, and it was less pleasant than going out looking for toilet paper. Harun says, people buying all the toilet paper. Me, buying all the guns in case someone tries to rape me and rob me. Let's see. I've seen pictures of people that were taken recently, and there were crowds at gun stores. Guess they want to protect that toy TP they've hoarded. Yeah, a lot of people, Tsunami, of course, now people are thinking it's going to become martial law, and then, people are going to be in the streets trying to take your stuff from you and everything. And yep. It's there's nothing good going on out there right now. I still think, and again, I'll qualify this as I did earlier. I don't know anything any more than anyone else does. I will say with Trump, I share his optimism about this. I was forgetting the name, Chlorinique. I think they might be onto something here, and I think with the FDA working on it intensely, I just have a good feeling that they'll get the right combination of drugs to go along with it, and I think that might start to alleviate things. Sean says, be safe, guys. I cannot afford to go to 100 baby showers this December. They would be called Corona babies. It's going to be interesting to see if we have a boom. You're right, Sean. Because, shit, people are in their homes with nothing else to do in close proximity and stuff. If I could talk my wife into it and she wouldn't keep hitting me with stuff, that's what I'd be doing. Jamie says Costco denied refunds to people trying to return TP. Oh, people that had hoarded it. Good. I hope they get stuck. Well, I was gonna say good, but I think they'd have been better off to just let them get their refunds and put it back on the shelves for people that need it. But I get the sentiment though. Wolverine says quarantines sounds better. Idi Amin says, Dear Papa Curtis, I'm not saying you have to, but if you can, please have USA scientists make me life-size and living high elf archer or Amina Eshido as payment, but make them Mina legal. Brian says, some bitch just called me about a credit card. I said, have you watched the fucking news lately? And hung up. Well done. um, do I play Dragon Ball Legends? No, I haven't, Dandy. I haven't played Dragon Ball Legends. Excuse me. Heard it's a pretty good game, though. Excuse me. Money in My Mind says, Pornhub must be having a lot of traffic. Seriously. As much as we make jokes about it and everything, I'm sure it actually is. I'm sure it's deluged. They say, I've told you guys this before, I read a couple articles about it, that porn is the one industry in America that never falls prey to a poor economy. It doesn't matter what goes on, if we're in recession, whatever, people still spend money on porn. I'm a huge supporter. I think that's absolutely the correct thing to be doing, but they say it never gets hurt. Morgan says, honestly, I hope this has made everyone realize just how essential grocery and retail workers are. Some people are rude to them, so rude to them. There are heroes right now along with healthcare workers. Could not agree with that more, Morgan. I've already been, you guys know me. I've always said, you guys know me, you know my personality. I love most all you guys, and you guys know that I consider you my friends. You guys know that outside of that, I'm volatile. Stupid irritates me. People saying and doing stupid things irritates me, and I don't have a problem with letting them know it. I've also always told you, everything you see of me here in any video, in a live stream, anything, is who I am. I don't put on airs for people. That's why every social media presence I have, any presence I have online, attaches my face and my name to it, whether it's Curtis Candy, Rusty Williams, whatever. It attaches my actual identity, because I don't say anything online that I won't say in person. So given all that, it's been more than once already I've had go-rounds with people out in stores for the way they're treating, the way they treat the cashiers and the people that work in the stores, like it's their fault. I mean, you see these fucking assholes screaming at people because they don't have toilet paper in there, like it's this poor kid who's working for maybe $12 an hour checking shit out, like it's his fucking fault. And so, needless to say, as you guys can imagine, I don't stand idly by. You may read about me, I may make World Star or something sometime soon.
That's exciting.
Yes. Lude says, can we start hoarding Pornhub premium subscriptions instead of toilet paper? Speaking of that, Lude, didn't Pornhub give away some free premiums? France, was it, Rex?
Yeah.
God damn it. Why would you give it to the French? We need it.
Get a VPN.
Yeah, good call. First time I've ever wanted to pretend that I was French.
Probably the only.
Yeah, dude. Well, wait a second. If I'm going to pretend that I'm French, even when I'm on the VPN, do I have to wave a white flag as we go, or?
Probably.
Oh, all right. Are there any French people in here? I'm scared to let the chat roll up now. I will surrender to you with great. No, stop it. Okay, hold on. Just let me go back to where I am. Imagine porn stars contracted coronavirus. No. $12 an hour, lucky fuck. Well, and it's not all of them, but here in New York, it's a little higher than other places. Not the minimum wage in the city it is, but it's a little higher rate than a lot of other places. Hey, well, that's good. I'm glad you were able to come in, Haroon. World Star. Jamie said, hi, Spez Kid.
Hello, Jamie.
Check my next post. It was a little too long, Arthur says. Okay. Oh, it was Italy. Wasn't France, it was Italy.
Those are both like the same thing, aren't they?
Even I'm offended by that, and I don't give a shit about international things. You don't call Italians French. You're lucky. Okay, there it is. I'm just going to stab you a little bit, but I have to. Don't call Italian people French. it's what is it? It's all Europe land.
Yeah, it's all in that area. French, German,
Freaking spaz kid. Okay, hold on. I gotta find Arthur's. Oh, I hope you watch Interspecies Reviewers. You're like the only actor I watched that could handle it, or at least Gigix video on it. Isn't that? Didn't you tell me about that too, Brax?
Yeah.
Yeah, Brax likes that one too. It's the only problem will be is seeing if it'll get if it'll win a poll. If not, it'll have to wait until after the stuff we have scheduled at the $1 level gets through. But I would like to see it.
Don't worry, I got you a site that gives you the uncensored shit. It's good.
Oh, good. That's how it should be. Nurse porn and medical fetish will be on the rise. Yes, you're right, Sean. Yeah, that's going to be the number one. Nurse porn will be number one searched on Pornhub. Let's see. The guy? No? Well, Brax used to be with me in all the videos, of course, but now he's typically off to college, so he doesn't get to be in with me as much.
Not anymore.
Yeah, like Italy. That makes it much. Let's all be Italian, Sergeant Renegade says. Dark Slifer says, I'm offended for the pasta. And Big Green says, what the fuck, Spaz Kid? Excuse me. And Idi Amin says, to the man who called Italians French, I spit at you. You guys are funny. Welcome to Spaghetti City, Lick says. Till the end of time. Thank you. I appreciate that. My views on Sakura? I'm not a Sakura hater. I get the whole useless thing that people say at times. If I had never I always put it this way. If I had never heard other people's opinions on it and I had watched Naruto and Shippuden, I wouldn't have come away going, wow, that Sakura is fucking useless. But I would have come away saying, wow, she was an underdeveloped character who was useless at times. That's the best I can do. I don't hate her. She's not one of my favorite characters. She's like Sasuke, just somewhere in the middle. The Budweiser frogs, they were cool. That was pretty cool, Michael. That was huge for a while. Oh, come on. Oink Trinol says, out of toilet paper, just get someone to lick the problem away. Hygiene for the win. Arthur says, yes, Spaz Kid is a fellow man of culture. Very good point. Sergeant Renegade says, titties are never useless. That's an excellent point and so true. Let's see. Till the end of time says, hey, Curtis, today my brother and I always joke about this chief at our old job. He got me when I was lacing my shoe, and he was a foot from me. He says, oh, looks like Chief gave you bend over virus. Yeah, Morgan says, we going 2 girls, 1 cup in here. Oh, damn. Let's see. Sakura has no titties, though. Oh, Big Green. That was rough. Miles, little bitch said that French snail munchers are the same as Italian gods that invented pizza. Oh, you guys are funny. Everybody was kung flu fighting. What are you guys' take on that? You guys can guess what mine is. I have absolute, and got into it with several people over this, I have absolutely zero issue whatsoever with people calling it the China virus or the Wuhan virus. Started there. And the reason I don't have any problem with it, and I don't give a fuck who's, it's xenophobic, it's racist, bullshit. That's where it started, and it started there because they have abysmal practices of sanitation. They don't have sanitation. I mean, they put all these animals together in these wet markets and crates right next to one another, in and among with humans, and they carve the animals up in real time next to one another with all these wild animals that we have no idea what type of disease they might be carrying inherently anyway. So no, it is, as far as I'm concerned, it is the China virus. The whole idea of that being objectionable, I think, is stupid in and of itself. Wolverine says, I'm trying to give up alcohol for healthier living. Currently going through dark thoughts because of no booze. That's why I'm not Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Wolverine. I hope that all works. I hope you can stay on that path, though, and get past it, because, man, I'm sure it'll pay off for you big in the end. Let me see what people are saying here. Arthur says, most disgusting, 2 girls, 1 cup, or eating bats. Oh, eating bats. As disgusting as 2 girls, 1 cup is, I can't even imagine. Excuse me, guys, gotta itch my ear. Yeah, that whole eating bats thing. Yeah, that wins. Smokey Loki says we could call it yellow fever, but that name is already taken. Now, I wouldn't have a problem calling it yellow fever, but I will readily admit that that one might be just a little racist. It's censoring my China jokes. Look, says that figures. Oh shit. Sorry, I'm moving my screen around here. Um, Azrathan says there's going to be military intervention where I live. Really? Oh shit. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Our Savior says, when you honestly want to justify that you don't hate Sakura, but then you remember that she didn't take out Obito's eye. Yeah, that's what it is, Our Savior. Because that was, for me, that was the most useless point for her. That was just, that was inexcusable. I mean, the whole thing coming after Sasuke with the kunai knife and everything was stupid, but that's when she fell firmly into the uselessness category for me, was not taking Obito's eye. Let's see. China Prime, China Prime, Prime. Ozzy Osbourne was clearly okay with eating bats. True, Jamie, but we don't want Ozzy to really be our standard bearer for anything. Let's see. Italy has more confirmed deaths now than China. Yeah, I saw that money on my mind. It's tough because Italy never shut down their borders, which was just crazy. But Italy has one of the oldest populations per capita in the world, from what I'm reading. Substantially older than ours here in America, and I'm sure. I mean, it's horrific how it's happened to them, no matter how you slice it. But that's a lot of the reason that the death toll is just so overwhelming there, is because they do have a really older population. That sucks. It sucks a lot. Thomas Toman says off topic. Oh, you can go any topic you want, pal. Off topic. No, I should read the question first, huh? Off topic, but did you ever watch the new Broly movie? I still haven't seen it. I got to get time to sit down and watch it. Oh, excuse me, guys. I got itch in my ear.
It's so good.
Everybody says that, Braxton. And again, it's one of those things like, believe it or not, I keep my day so full. It just seems like I never have that much time set aside. So it's like, I know I want to watch it, and I'll be thinking about it. It's like, but if I do that, then I won't get this done. I won't get that done. I never do. I've got to watch it. Everybody says how good it is. Schlong Dong Millionaire says China don't report actual death toll. China S-hole. I do agree. I don't think we're getting accurate numbers out of China. There's no reason to believe that we would be getting accurate numbers when we know how they tried to hide this from the rest of the world and what they did to people in their own nation who were just trying to alert the world to what was going on. So, yeah, I'm sure we probably aren't getting... I do believe them. I do think they're probably pretty much past the infection stage. I mean, their infections have dropped way off, and I think that's probably true, but I don't think we'll ever know the real numbers out of there. Chrome says, I'll say this, at least Sakura gave birth to Sarada, one of the greatest things she ever did. After that, she can just die, so Sarada unlocks Mangekyo. They literally eat live mice. Yeah, that's what I mean, Arthur. I mean, there are so many things going on there right in those wet markets and everything that are just so filthy and disgusting and begging for some sort of virus or illness to take hold, that I don't have any sympathy for it being called China flu at all. I mean, China owes the whole goddamn world a huge apology. And then they take it a step further and try and blame other people. Now it was the U.S. Army brought it? I mean, what the fuck? I just, nope, no use for it. I mean, and again, that's not to encourage, obviously, anything against Chinese people. It's not the people, it's the government. Yes, it is the people doing it. The government should be the ones who have laws and rules in place that don't allow for that kind of filthy activity to go on. And certainly not the fault of any Chinese people living here in America, living elsewhere in the world. What the fuck could they have to do with it? It's unfortunate that some people can't separate those two things. China eats everything that moves, Monkey D. Madra says. It seems to be the case. Boy, when you see some of the of the video that's out there from what goes on in those markets. It's horrifying. I've heard that before too, Maz. I didn't know if that was confirmed or not, but I'd heard that Ozzy actually didn't know the bat was real. Dude realized it was real when he bit into it. I'd heard that before. I didn't know if it was confirmed or not, but I had heard that. Itsunagi says, have you heard about the new Marvel heroes called Snowflake and Safe Space? LOL, no joke. Literally an SJW's wet dream. I did see those. The only reason I heard of it, Itsunagi, was Snowflake and Safe Space were trending on Twitter the other day. And now that you mention it, I was going to look into it and see what it was all about, and I forgot. I knew it had something to do with Marvel.
It's so fucking funny.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Brax is aware of it. So what are they? Are they like SJW warriors or something?
Oh my god, it's awful. So basically,
Brax got the inside info.
They made these. So there was like this old comic called like New Heroes or something like that, and
Okay.
that's like back during like your age of when you were growing up.
Way back.
And it was basically about these rebel teenagers, and they were like edgy back then and everything. It was a really interesting read.
Yeah.
Well, now they wanted to change it, and now those old characters now have children of their own, and all of them are just SJWs.
Oh God.
I mean, it's just
yeah.
awful.
I wouldn't be
And, like,
reading any of that.
One of the big things about them is that they're fighting the power by fighting the labels that are given to them as their hero names.
I hope those two characters get killed. That would be awesome. Seriously, I hope villains slice their heads off or something. That's how I would write it. Haroon says Yamcha wants to smash Bulma, Naruto wants to smash Sakura, Dende wants to smash Gohan, Mr. Popo wants to rape you. Yeah, pretty much. Arthur says it's the government. Agreed completely. For all the human rights violations, you'd think they could at least ban eating disease-ridden animals. Yes, I agree. And that is, I will agree with that. That's an important distinction to make. It's sad that you even have to make that distinction to some people, but it's the government. It's not the people. This is horrific that they've inflicted something like this on the world, but the Chinese government inflicted it. When they have zero standards for health and safety, the Chinese government inflicted it on us, not the Chinese people. They don't, I mean, again, we know their communist government only allows them to know what they want them to know. These poor people don't even understand how dangerous what they're doing is, I'm sure. Willie Play says, Dr. Doom gonna incinerate their non-binary asses. Lifer says, now they're SJW characters, so they're immortal. One of them is non-binary, I believe. For real? They really went that route?
Yeah,
oh, Itsunagi was just saying one of them's non-binary.
And like
Oh,
their
jeez.
hero powers are absolutely moronic. Like this one girl, her power is that she has a magic backpack. She's Dora.
Is she Dora? I was just gonna say, is she Dora?
But like, here's the thing.
Does
Here's
Boots
why
come out and go cosmic or something?
Here's why she's quirky and cool. Sometimes it doesn't give her the right thing that she needs.
Then does she get killed, I hope?
I really hope so.
Yeah.
And I didn't watch all the trailer because I couldn't take any more of it. Like,
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to take that.
And then like the next kid, apparently like he's constantly wired into the internet. Like him himself. And his hero name is like Screen Time.
Marvel's just really gone into the shitter. They really have.
On that one.
Yeah, they're fucking stupid. Azrathan says, I want to smash Eno. Understandable. Understandable. Without a doubt. Okay, hold on. Let me make sure here. Edgar says, people should say Cobain instead of Kobe because Kurt Cobain never missed his shot. Oh, come on, Edgar. Now every time I like throw something in the trash, I'm going to be thinking that now when I go Kobe. No, Cobain. Oh, that's just so wrong. Boots is her JoJo stand, Headmaster says. That would be good. She has a Nacho says she has a literal bag of holding as a power. Oh my god. Yeah, I no use for that. That's that's absolutely fucking moronic. Eve says school's out, time to party. It really bothers people that the character is non-binary. Really, I don't know if you would say that it bothers that the character is non-binary. I think it would be more of a bother that they felt like that had to be mentioned. It's in other words, obviously what they're doing here is stuffing in characters just for the sake of appealing to a certain politically correct demographic. And as far as non-binary, for me, I don't get the whole thing anyway. I think that then you're leaning over into just bizarro land as far as I'm concerned. Let's see. They're trying to get brownie points, Big Green says. Let's see. Yeah, I'm with you. Like trying off. If you have ever seen any footage from their food market, you wouldn't have any problem with it being called the Wuhan virus. Like, don't eat rats, dude. Yeah, well, of course, with all this going on, there's been a lot of reposting of those videos, and they're horrifying. They genuinely are. Cynical Anime Man says, I'm a med student in Europe. Over here, it's getting crazy in hospitals, I can imagine. I really hope all the care pros can keep up this upcoming weeks. I hope so. I hope so. Yeah, it's gonna get intense here in New York as well, because New York's a hotbed of coronavirus activity here in America. I just hope everybody's been able, worldwide, all of us they've been able to get the health services in line enough to deal with it. I know they've been overwhelmed in Italy, but the sheer numbers there have just been horrific. Oh really? Prasanna says the funny thing is that even SJWs hate the New Warriors comic characters because of how on the nose they are. um, Peter says, wonder how long the financial system can survive this lockdown stuff with the Fed and ECB putting in 800 billion and stuff. Yeah, you're right, Peter. That's the big question. That in a nutshell is why you have so many people out there right now buying up guns and ammunition and stuff. That's what people are afraid of. I don't know. I wish I had some answers to give you guys. Other than saying I will stick to it. I do think there's going to be a certain level of promise in that Koranique, and I hope that is the case. Dean says pubs and gyms in the UK are closing from tonight, so it's getting serious here as well. Yeah, Dean. As of Sunday, we got the almost total total shutdown outside of anything essential is going on here in New York. And I have to go out in a little while, and I'm sure I'll see the absolute insanity that's going on in the stores right now. Let's see. Oh, best of luck, Jamie. I hope you find some TP. Yeah, but it's going to get crazy in New York here for this whole weekend with because again, people are going to panic buy when there's no need to panic because all the stores are going to remain open. You're more than allowed to go do any shopping you need to do, but people will still freak out. Let's see. Why did the bat cross the road to prove he was not a chicken? Jeff. That's pretty good. Schlong Dong Millionaire. Cletus, the double barrel shotgun wielding incest warrior from Alabama, will be their new Thanos. I like that. Well put. Long Beach is under safer at home order. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of orders. I think, Jamie, right along those lines. Everybody's got their own, like, I guess our order here that we're getting in New York isn't quite as restrictive as California's. I think everybody's going to be doing their own level. I think we're at a point now, and don't get me wrong, social distancing is fantastic. It's a great idea, and it's going to help. It really will help flatten the curve. But I think we're all going to be in for a really rough couple of months if any of these drugs, and there's several of them that have shown some promise, if none of them come to fruition and do so really soon. Headmaster Kuhn says, Florida is crazy, but it's about as normal as it was, except for lack of toilet paper. Morgan says, hubby works in Doc's office as an MA. I worry for him. Oh yeah, understandable, absolutely. I already work from home, but I worry about my job. It's in tech and company based in Cali. Yeah, I understand, Morgan. Yeah, you just don't know what's going to be next. That's why and again, maybe I'm being too optimistic, but that's why I root so hard for, again, the social distancing is great, and I think everybody's doing the right thing with it. I just hope for some pharmaceutical relief as well. And when I read about the positive things from this chloroquine, that's all it is. It's just to cross your fingers. And I will say this, and again, you guys, I think you guys will back me up on this. Whether or not I vote for Trump, I'm willing, always more than willing, to call him or any other politician out on things I think are wrong. But I think he's doing the right thing. He is fast tracking. He's saying, listen, fuck the red tape. People are dying. Let's see if we can make a combination of drugs that works. Let's hope. Chrome says, well, Marvel has literally turned every big villain into Donald Trump now. Not even kidding. Red Skull the Nazi is giving Trump speeches. MODOK looks like Trump and so much more. So people are really willing, like Marvel is willing to just decimate their brand over their hatred of Orange Man Bad. It's just, it's amazing to me. Hey, Dragon Spheres. Jeez, it's crazy. Omega Project says, so my girlfriend has been keeping me busy. She's decided, since we have nothing else going on, she has decided she's going to make uses of the time. I told you, Omega. Every time you post about your girlfriend, I have more and more respect for her. She absolutely sounds like a keeper to me. Our Savior says, all right, gonna head out, gonna go watch hentai. Good call, my brother. Smokey Loki says, I saw a funny post on Twitter that said there will be a meteor that might possibly hit Earth and kill everything in April. Someone replied and said, at this point, I don't care anymore. Yeah, unfortunately, Loki, I think at this point, a lot of people would be going, whew, about time. Yeah. Jeez. That's in the sad but true category. Yeah, X videos has become my favorite too, Dragon Spheres. I mean, I like Pornhub and everything, but yeah, X videos is quality. Willie Plays. Yeah, I remember we were talking about this. I talked to you a few nights ago, but my prom got canceled. It was my last chance to ask out the girl I like. God damn it. So now I'll go through my entire high school career single. Oh, that sucks, Willie. I feel bad. Everybody that's getting proms canceled and their chance, whether it's college or high school, getting their chance to walk on the stage canceled. I know there are more important things in life, but it still doesn't stop you from feeling bad for people who are missing out on cool little things like that. That sucks. Let's see. Anime waifu for first lady. Yes. I never did. Till the End of Time says, did you see the movie Freddy versus Jason? It was one of those things I kept saying, see, that I can only watch if my wife's not around. She's terrified of horror movies. And I kept saying, I'm going to watch that one. Just because I like both those characters. Even though both their series is bogged down as they made more and more movies, I still like the characters. And I still haven't. The one time, Till the End of Time, I don't even know why it sticks out in my head. It was because it gets replayed on TV all the time now. I watched a little bit of it, but I'd come in the middle and it's like, you know what? I'm going to wait till I can sit down and watch it. And then I never got back to it. I do have to watch it at some point, though, because, again, I like those characters. Maya says, Curtis, Marvel has had a leftist agenda for a while now, turning Thor into a feminist chick, getting rid of Tony for a while to push this black chick, and turning Cap into a Nazi because patriotism bad. The only thing I can say is this. It seems like we go through periods like this in our politics here. As I said, if you guys remember 15 years ago, 20 years ago, when the Tea Partiers got huge in the Republican side, that was the rising of the extreme right. And now we're seeing the rising of the extreme left. The only thing that encourages me is you're seeing more and more people, at least I am, witnessing more and more people resisting it, saying, shut up, with the SJW horse shit and everything is offensive. Even things like calling it the China virus. Surprisingly, to me, when you look at it on social media and the debate about it, there's a lot more people saying, shut the fuck up, it is the China virus, than there are perpetuating that that's racist and xenophobic. And if you keep saying that, no one will ever eat at a Chinese restaurant again, and the stupid shit like that. Omega said, he was talking about his girlfriend. She said, you're off work. All that means to me is I have you full time and I'm making use of it. I'm telling you, that's quality stuff right there. Absolutely quality stuff. China virus, yellow flash. uh, Dean says, gym guys be like, I'm going to lose my gains now. Gyms are closed. Calisthenics guys be like, our era of dominance is upon us. Yep. The guys doing the calisthenics, the push-ups, the isometrics, all that stuff, which I have to do a lot of now because as you get older, and especially with the things I put my body through, it doesn't hold up as well under the extremes of weightlifting. If they ever make hentai illegal, I'll welcome it, Arthur says. Give me more free time. Oh, you guys are funny. It is a China virus. That's what I'm saying, Blast Boy. I mean, there's nothing racist about that. It started there, and it started there because they don't have any level of cleanliness and don't have any level, their government does not take care of their own people, does not advise them or make laws against taking part in these activities that are rife with the potential for just such things. The meteor or COVID, I mean, the meteor or COVID. I thought you were saying if they make hentai illegal, you would welcome it because then at least you could stop watching hentai. I gotcha. Yes, I'm with you. If they ever tried to do that and make porn in general or hentai in specific, whatever, illegal, any portion of porn illegal, come on with the meteor. Egg fried virus, Lick says. Go on, says, xenophobics say the Wuhan virus came from Wuhan, so don't talk about how the Wuhan virus came from Wuhan, China, damn you. Yeah. I mean, again, it did. And we know why it came from there. Same reason SARS did, because those filthy, disgusting wet markets. And they don't do anything about it. I mean, they do. They owe the rest of the world a huge apology that you'll never get. Instead, they'll just start trying to make shit up so it's not their fault, which is all they've been doing. Let's see. Smokey Loki says, if the world ends, I'd like there to be 5 simultaneous endings. Getting hit by a solar flare while being sucked into a black hole as we're invaded by aliens during a zombie plague as the Earth's core implodes. Fun way to go. I'm with you, Loki. I think if it's, yeah, I get that, behind that 100%. If the world's going to end, let's go out spectacular. You know, let's make it huge. Like you say, let's have everything going into the blender all at once. Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I'm with you 100% on that. Bald man, have you ever seen 2 guys, 1 cup? They take turns drinking their fucking juice and go home like normal people. You guys are funny. Leifer says, I'm going to just keep calling it Corona because it's saved in my predictive text and I'm lazy. And the truth is, I mean, I don't have anybody problem with anybody calling it coronavirus or COVID-19 or anything else either. I also don't have a problem with them calling it China virus. They're all accurate. No, Tsunami, I wasn't close to saying that at all. Because again, I don't put the blame on the Chinese people at all. It's on their government. Especially when it's a communist government, which regulates what they can see, hear, and experience. So you can't expect them to know how potentially deadly this is when they live under a government that does control every aspect of their life. So it's up to the government to say, well, no, you can't do this because it's unsanitary, it's unhealthy, and people will get sick. So it's all on the Chinese government, 100%. I prefer Wuhan virus only because China virus is a little too on the nose for my taste. Yeah, I'm good with either, Omega. Yeah, but exactly for those reasons. And again, it is important that people, I know all of you guys are plenty sharp enough to be aware of this, but people have to understand, it's not the Chinese people. It's the government. It's them. 100% their fault, without a doubt. Let's see. That's Angel saying the same thing. It's not the Chinese people's fault their country is dirty as fuck. Their government doesn't give a shit about anything but themselves, and thus the country is worse than a pig pen. Right. I'm with you completely, Angel. That's exactly what I'm saying. You can't blame the Chinese people, but the Chinese government, every single person that has died from coronavirus, their blood is on the hands of the Chinese government. There's no two ways about it. Let's see. Chrome says, scary thought. Incels and weebs will inherit the land. Spaz Kid may remain a perma-virgin, but at least he will inherit the ashes that he'll probably eat to maintain his tubbiness. Chrome. Spaz Kid's over. What the fuck?
I am just chilling, being a neat. I don't need this.
Yeah, I'm doing my little neat thing here. Jamie says, so I'm going to up the question ante. Someone says you can meet Sarah Victoria, but you must divorce your wife. What would you choose? Nah, I gotta keep that little Italian around. I would lie, and then meet Sarah, and then just not do it. And then if I got, Sarah ripped my throat out or whatever, it'd be like, yeah, cool. Headmaster Kuhn said people complaining about the USA would rethink themselves if they understood what the Chinese government was doing. That's my take on it. Yep, I agree. Chrome says some women's mags and stuff are recommending using the quarantine to spend time telling your man about your issues with them. Not in a relationship, but sounds like a bad idea. Divorces will go. Yeah, it sounds like a really bad idea, Chrome. I'm with you. Here, we got to be locked up in this small space together for who knows how many weeks on end. Let's start it out by bringing up a list of grievances against one another. That sounds like a really good idea.
Yeah, you're smelly.
Hey.
What?
Who's smelly?
You.
Oh, so. Like Trinol says, I think the fact that business are shutting down because of social distancing is going to cause more harm to the economy than the virus would have on its own. Not entirely sure though. The thing of it is, like, none of us know. You're right. We don't know. You could be right. That could be true. Most responsible politicians will even admit to as much, that they're doing the best they can and what they think is best. But any of them that says that, any politician who says that they know 100% what's the best course of action here is lying. They're doing their best, but you could absolutely be right. I know what I think I would do in their situations, and I don't know that it's best. It's just your best guess. Haroon says, sorry, Curtis, I have to go. Oh, no problem, pal. I love your vids. You're one of the most funniest and awesome YouTuber ever. Keep up the great work. You have the power of anime and porn on your side. Well, thanks. I appreciate that, my friend. Yes, and the power of porn will always be on my side. Oh, Arthur, I'm sorry. I missed super chat. Sorry about that, pal. Let me get back to it. Oh, there you are. Once again, either the U.S. will react or no one will. Yeah. Yeah, and I again, I have no problem with calling out any politician if I think they're doing something wrong. I think Trump's been doing a good job here. I really do. I'm again, early on, I think he was making a huge mistake and trying to downplay it. I think he was doing that to try and calm people's nerves, but I don't think that's an effective way of going about that. But as far as the reaction to it, I think he's done an excellent job. And I do like the idea of the daily updates with all the experts out there with him. I appreciate all that stuff. And I appreciate moving the... and it's true. I appreciate moving the tax deadline from April to July because, to be perfectly honest with you, I was not sending the government, and obviously I'll owe taxes, but I was not sending them any money April 15th. Whatever money I have, as long as this is going, I'm going to hold on to because we don't know what's coming next. So there's no way I'm giving government my money. Sorry. They can do whatever they want. They can fine me. They can add, whatever they wanted to my tax assessment or what I'll owe in taxes, but I wasn't paying them in April anyway. So I think that's a really good thing that they've done there. Wolverine says, for M, punch Braxton his Jewline. I'm moist. He knew what's coming. You said for M and then you used the word moist though, Wolverine. She ain't gonna like that. Omega Delta Phoenix says the dumb Florida kids partying in crowded beaches don't know what asymptomatic spread to more at-risk population means. No, they don't. Omega Delta. And if you saw those interviews they did with a lot of those kids, it's clear the list of things that they don't know is staggering, I'm sure. They were some real fucking morons. Real idiots. Let's see. Shuangdong Millionaire says, would you trade Spaz Boy over a roll of toilet paper if we get into an apocalyptic scenario? Nah, I like having around. I'll just go ahead and wipe with my hand before I give up Spaz Kid.
Thanks.
Jamie says, I'm lonely. I need attention on my lady bits. Oh my. Well, that's the best. That's the best offer I've had in a very, very long time. If it weren't for all the social distancing, Jamie. All right, guys. Well, unfortunately, I'm going to have to head out now, too, because I do have to go out into this coronavirus-infused world.
Yay.
And shut up. I got to get a couple more things for the house. And again, I'm sure it's going to be an absolute nightmare now with the state shutting down in a couple days. I'm sure people are just going to be freaking out. But got to do it anyway. Just a couple little things we got to pick up. Plus, of course, finishing my editing for the day. Guys, thank you for hanging out here with me in this stream. I just have such a good time here. And Spaz Kid will be with us for a while now with this college shut down. I mean, he's going to have to be doing schoolwork from home, but he'll be here with us. Yay! So it's a really rough time for everybody, everywhere in the world. But at least, and I mean this sincerely, at least we got each other. We got this hour or so during the day. We can all come together and have some laughs, talk stupid, and get away from the things that are eating away at us. And as always, of course, and throughout these tough times, while we're streaming through, getting through this coronavirus together, as always, we will always finish with pumfu pumfu and sticky stuff for everybody. So far, coronavirus free. Yeah, there's some for you. There's some for you. Listen, if you're going to take a risk on some of this sticky stuff. It's worth it. We'll bang, okay? Flashly like Buggy. And as always, most importantly, forever and ever, goosh, 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 goosh. Goosh.
Goosh.
Goosh.